What is happening, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to a very special Thanksgiving edition of the show. Looks like I'm probably going to be flying solo tonight, but you never know who may or may not show up to the whole deal. You never know. JR is currently in Houma, Louisiana with family, so probably not going to hear from him tonight. I heard from Blasey this afternoon. He may chime in later on tonight. He was running somewhere. He was on the road too. Of course, it's a heavy travel day. Some say maybe the biggest travel day of the year. And I can tell you just by the traffic in Baton Rouge, Louisiana today, it was some kind of terrible. So I know it's been bad everywhere, but look, really happy to be here tonight. This is going to be a fun show. But before we kind of jump into it, I gotta just gotta say, look, to the Bubba Army, you guys have been incredible. Your support has been everything to us, and we couldn't be doing it without all of y'all. All the new followers that we have on social media, and we've gained so many here recently. It's been nuts. It's just been crazy. Welcome to the family, and to everybody who's been rocking with us for a while, since either if you were here with us on day one or you just found us. We're so grateful for all of you guys. Thank you for being a part of the show. See some guys in the chat right now, like Mr. Paul Rogers is in the house, Tiggy in the gang, Miss Stacy G is in the house. Everybody's Tigs Bits, and that is a fact. Everybody loves Tigs Bits. Speaking of JR sent us a few pictures this week. He's got a guy who's working on designing some t-shirts. One of those says everyone loves Tigs Bits. It looks cool. Still working on that. There's a little Tigs Bits for y'all with some of the stuff. And look, I'm going to be real with y'all. This has been one of the busiest seasons of my life. And between the show, the podcast, just trying to keep up with everything, it's been non-stop. And because of that, some of this amazing content that Blasey and I have got from Tales from the Tailgate has been sitting in the vault until now. And tonight we're going to bring you all of those, pretty much all of those, not everything. There's definitely not everything. There's still a lot of stuff left in the tank from these, but we're going to bring you a lot of the from that Alabama, that Vanderbilt game, some tailgate, really, not the game. We don't want to talk about the Alabama game. Finally, just willing to even look at the footage, to be honest with you. Dark day for Tiggy, but we moved on. Like I said then, we never lost a tailgate, but there's some funny stuff. There's some heartfelt stuff. There's some legendary memories that we have, and it wouldn't be a Thanksgiving show if we didn't talk a little bit about food, maybe some football, and all of that good stuff that makes this time of year so very special. And plus, look, I want to hear from y'all tonight. We want to hear from you. Let us know as we play this clip. Look, I got 13 clips to show tonight. Fingers crossed that the internet will work right. It's been a little janky on me today for some reason. And I mean, what would a show be if we didn't have a little bit of some type of a technical issue? I don't think it would be any fun. So anyhow, grab you a plate, pour yourself a drink. Let's dive into this Thanksgiving celebration. I'm so glad that y'all are here. And without any further ado, I think I'm just going to start playing these. We'll see how long this lasts. I'm going to give you a little commentary, a little banter in between each one, maybe a little setup. And this first one, you may have seen, any of you guys who follow us, you probably have seen the video that we put out with these young ladies. Blasey asked them, what's the wildest thing that you've seen at a tailgate? That is what this interview is, but this is the full interview with them. It's hilarious. And then I backed that one up with something crazy. So let's just jump in it.
Would you like to be on our podcast? We're trying to interview some people talking about some LSU football.
Okay.
I'm just a visitor here.
Well, welcome.
thank you. So are y'all local here?
We're from Lafayette, so about an hour from here.
But y'all are still
Alumni.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, the last time I was here, it's been like 5 years ago. I won't even say why, Tigs. I'll help you out. But I was here a few years ago, but I've only been here like once. Like, this is great. The tailgating on another level. Like, would y'all agree? I mean, have y'all ever been to anything else like this?
No, there's nothing like this. We've tried to go to away games and like it's fun, but it's nothing like home.
She's like, I gotta. Are you ready now? Yeah, she's like, I got food. I got food to eat. I got food to eat, guys. So let me ask you this. So I've never seen tailgating like this. I'm from Alabama, but I'm a Troy guy. I'm not an Alabama or Auburn fan. I ain't lost anything. I know, yeah. It was a good game though. 2017, we were here last. You know? But anyway, yeah, you know we won that game. You know that?
Who won last? Wait, did we win last year? I didn't come last year. No, he's talking about Troy.
Yeah, Troy played LSU here 2017.
17 and Troy won apparently.
We did win. Yeah, I was here. It was. I'm still a big LSU guy. I like
I don't
LSU.
remember any losses ever.
Why would you? Right? Why would you ever? Enough about Troy's success here in Baton Rouge. Let's get back to you. Look, beautiful ladies here. So the question is, like, what's the craziest thing that you've ever seen at a tailgate at LSU?
The craziest thing. Hold on, birthday boy, come here. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a tailgate?
I can't say it.
Honestly, I've seen my fair share of streakers.
Oh, you've seen some streakers there, huh?
Oh yeah, fair share of streakers.
Fair share. I mean, that's more than one or two.
I could probably more than one hand I could count.
Wow.
Life, death,
Any big game, you'll see a streaker today. Whether it's in the stadium or it's at a tailgate, you will see a streaker today.
Wow, we've got a prediction of a streaker today.
People hate toes.
I've never seen a streaker at any college football
No,
game.
it's hot in Louisiana. People like to streak apparently.
Wow. Unbelievable. We have a prediction here. So, wow. So based on that,
Best in the world. Best in the world.
there it is, folks.
Best in the world.
That's-
Joseph Tumanero.
Let's go, Joe.
Joseph Tumanero, folks. Joseph.
Big boy Joe. Big boy Joe.
Let's go, Joe. Let's go, Joe. So what's the craziest thing you've ever done at a tailgate?
Oh, I'm not too crazy.
So you got to keep it tucked in, huh? You keep your crazy tucked in?
Call me
That's good.
molested.
Yeah, that's fine. Dude, I didn't know if you were like measuring those 2 or 3 top items based on your own personal experience.
Oh, no.
So you've never been a streaker across campus?
No, you know, I gotta get a job.
I understand. It's always helpful. Well, listen, this is fabulous. I'd like to catch up with y'all maybe a little bit later today. Let's let this thing unroll. It's only, like 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
we got all day.
Unbelievable. I mean, do y'all think y'all can keep the stamina going for the rest of the afternoon?
Oh, yeah, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Great point, folks. Great advice. Look at that. See y'all, folks. Later.
It's just classic Tiger tailgating right there is what that is. Look who has chimed in. It is Mr. JR. What is going on, brother? JR, hope y'all are having a good night in God's city of Houma, Louisiana tonight. But you heard it there. That young lady made a prediction of a streaker unbeknownst to myself, knowing what possibly could happen next. Here's another interview that confirms some things.
With Tigs bits, don't get the letters in verse, ladies.
I will never.
Never. So, where y'all from?
Robridge, Louisiana. Yeah.
How much y'all bench?
Our body weight.
What do y'all know about Bubba the Love Sponge?
Teach me.
Bubba was extorted in a sex scandal by a guy named Mike Calta. He had a sex tape with Hulk Hogan. Now, you know who Hulk Hogan is.
Of course.
Well, Bubba didn't have a sex tape with him necessarily, just was involved. He let his wife have sex with Hulk Hogan.
That's scandalous.
It is very scandalous, and that's what happened. And then somehow or another, this tape got leaked out to a website called Gawker.
Yikes.
Yeah, and here we are talking about it. Bottom line, there'll be a documentary. This guy named Mike Calta's a total fraud.
Oh, I love a fraud.
And that'll be revealed.
Okay. We love those.
What do y'all think about the live Tiger tonight?
What do you think? I mean, he's going to be there regardless if you have an opinion or not, so.
Let's get Blasey in here.
What is the craziest thing you've ever seen at a tailgate out here? Like, what's blown your mind the most?
It doesn't take much to see something crazy.
Oh, I know, it's like every time, right?
It's like every few minutes, actually. It's just not crazy.
I actually can't agree more, because every time I think I've seen something, I see something else.
You just gotta kind of look in the distance and you see something a little
Just look up.
Just look around.
You know, there's a strong prediction of a streaker today.
I've already seen some.
You've already seen a streaker today? There we go. It's already happened. The streaker has happened. Unbelievable. They told us earlier, we were in an interview, they were like, I guarantee there's going to be a streaker before the day's out.
Oh, it's LSU, Alabama.
Unbelievable, right? What else?
Can't expect anything less.
Why would you not expect it? She said. She acted like I was a fool for thinking otherwise. This is great. Well, look, good luck to them Tigers. Is there anything else y'all want to say?
Go Tigers!
We had so much fun that day. Those ladies were hilarious. Just there's more to that interview. There's more to pretty much all of these interviews, but for the most part, tried to get the best out. So I hope y'all are keeping track at home of which ones that you're liking the most, because we're gonna circle back here at the end and we'll go from there. But we had, as we have had all year long, we've had some interesting folks that have been to the tailgate. They've come from all across the United States. From, well, just in this one, we're going to talk to some folks from South Dakota, from Iowa, and then we talked to these folks who were from Denver, Colorado, and Blasey played a little trivia with them. It was kind of fun. So here we go.
In Colorado.
Denver.
Denver. So
Yeah, we're in Denver.
all three of y'all, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So did you go to school here? Did you graduate from here?
My wife's from here.
So you're from here?
Yeah, born and raised Louisiana.
What part?
Basile, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
So like South Central.
Really? Oh, wow. You've really lost the accent a little bit.
I know, a little bit.
Yeah. You've actually had to work on that, I can tell, yeah. So how did you con them into, so I feel like you conned them into coming down here, right?
No, it didn't take much convincing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an LSU baseball football game, and then it's against Bama. So what'd you expect? Of course they would come.
What are y'all looking forward to most about the whole day? We still got an hour. What, we got 6 hours before kickoff? Yeah. What are y'all looking forward to?
I think just a good game and the atmosphere. I mean, never been to an SEC game before, so this is incredible.
So this is your first game?
First SEC game.
Wow, it's big time, huh?
Big time, yeah.
What compared to this, like what's the next biggest thing that you've been to? Because I know this is the biggest thing.
I've been to a World Series game.
That's pretty big.
That was pretty big.
What World Series was that?
The Rockies versus the Red Sox.
wow.
Game 3, yeah.
Where was that at?
Colorado.
Oh my, the ball's just flying out of the damn stadium, right? Oh my God, that's so awesome. So what about you? And like, what do you think compares to this, like on this level?
Man, not a whole lot. I mean, we grow up like watching this on TV, even in Colorado, and know the expectancy and the expectations of the game. So it's just fun to be here, watch SEC football, watch the Tigers win today.
No, it's phenomenal. I do have one question. Let's see if we got some LSU history facts. Who is the greatest rusher in school history at LSU?
Kevin Falk. Kevin Falk.
Bam! Kevin Falk, he got it. Absolutely. Look at that. That's really good stuff. 2007. Who was the coach when they won the national championship?
2007. Nick Saban left it before that, yeah?
He did.
I can't tell you.
And,
No, not even for a Tigs Bit sticker, because we got a Tigs Bit sticker for you.
No, I can't.
I'm going to give you one anyway. No, it was Les Miles, correct?
Wow, yes.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at this. Coming in with some LSU.
How quickly Les has been erased.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
He was a champion. He was a champion here, just like a good buddy Ed Ogeron, who is a friggin' legend.
Is Ed here today?
Yeah.
Is Ed here today?
I saw his son earlier. He's somewhere. He's tailgating with us. His son is tailgating here. Brantley, do you have any closing questions for him here?
No, man, I think you did a great job. I heard everything. Welcome. I hope that y'all are having a blast. Continue to have fun. This thing only rises. It's just like a floating ship. And by 5 o'clock today, you just be careful, tread lightly, but get ready.
Oh, get ready, get ready. And like he said, I mean, do you have to be honest with yourself? This is the absolute primo in tailgating. As they say, the cream rises to the top, and folks, it is way up there. I better get to shredding a little bit. See y'all.
The cream does rise to the top, and it was definitely rising that day. It was so much fun. I couldn't believe that that they didn't realize that they didn't get Les Miles, and it is interesting to me that Les Miles is kind of being erased a little bit. But I mean, they're not diehard fans. I get that, but how do you forget the hat? You can't forget the hat, the Mad Hatter. He ate grass on the sidelines. Love the fact that they knew it was Kevin Falk, however. Kevin Falk, my favorite LSU player of all time. That may surprise some of you. No recency bias with Joe Burrow and all of the amazing things that he did here. But Kevin Falk, Tiggy's all-time favorite. Ed is a character, Paul. That is for sure. Hey, what was so funny about that is I wish Blasey was in here to tell it. There's a guy he tailgates with us all the time. He's been tailgating with us for a while, but this guy, he really and truly looks like he could be Ed Orgeron's son. I scanned through all of the footage. I was hoping that I had something of him, which I'm just surprised that I didn't in these, but I have to somewhere. But good guy. I can't remember his name. But that's who Blasey was referencing. It's kind of like an inside joke, but it was hilarious, man. It was hilarious. So the next little video that I'm going to show is the camaraderie, if you will, between Blasey, our friend JD, that has been in some of the clips that we've done. They've also left some very interesting voicemails with our voicemail number that you can now call. Leave us a voicemail if you would like to maybe get on the air. I know Paul has done it before. We've had a couple of others. The number is easy to remember. It's 225-800-3058. That's 225-800-3058. But give us a call, leave us a message, leave us a message, and let us know what you think. Tell us about what you think about the show, what you think we should do, what you would like to see more of, what you thought about this, whatever. Tell us anything. We'll be your therapist. Who knows? I don't know if you want us to be your therapist. That would maybe be a little bit crazy, and you would be a little crazy if you wanted to do that, but we can do that if that's what we need to do. I also want to mention, I think I did at the top of the show, but if not, our Bubba exclusive podcast is out right now. Dropped it today. I finished that little sucker this morning. We just recorded it last night with Gary Cantrell. Had an amazing conversation. We dove into all of the stuff that was in the content house. That was, if you guys don't follow the Bubba Army, you should. You should go look up Bubba the Love Sponge, the Bubba Army on all the socials. And we have a podcast over there. A lot of you guys that are in here, of course, know that. But our podcast dropped today. So we had no idea if it would come after Thanksgiving, next week, or whatever. I'm going to be hitting the road again, and I've been super busy, like I've said, this fall, which we're always busy, but a lot of times I've been able to be the anchor and be here in studio, which is where all of the stuff is that we edit our show and all of that. I can't take it all with me on the road, and I don't have don't have good enough internet to mess with it all. So that slowed us down a little bit. We're going to catch up some tonight. And a lot of these clips and stuff like that, I've been wanting to get them out. We hadn't been able to go live. We're going to have us a little Thanksgiving feast with it. But here's the clip with JD and Blasey and us and me having a little fun.
Coaching hour has begun. We have approached 3 o'clock. in Death Valley, and we have with us today our good friend and colleague J.D.
Lawrence. Yeah, a.k.a. the Doberman, folks, if you need him. The Doberman. He's in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm telling you what, if you've been ran over by a fire truck, a diesel, even some sort of a snowmobile, this is your guy right here that's going to take care of you. He chases ambulances for a living. He is as good as they get. No, I kid you not. He is a personal defense attorney up there. An injury happens, that's the guy that you want. Not defense, but personal injury, right? Yeah, whatever. That's my best plug for you. Yeah, you shameless ambulance chasing asshole.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but hey, look, been here since 9 o'clock this morning. Been to every Alabama LSU game in Tuscaloosa for the last probably 20 years. This is probably one of the best experiences, our best tailgates experience I've been around with college football. This is what it's all about.
This is really where it's at, and the Cajun Tiger Tailgate, as it's becoming not only known across the South and known across the United States, it's becoming internationally known, as we have discovered today with an interview that we had earlier with a guy from the Netherlands. I mean, it really makes sense. It is the cathedral.
Boston, Iowa. They're here from everywhere, and they found out about this tailgate specifically in Alabama. Like, they know about it worldwide, and that's a true statement. Like, it's amazing what you guys do here. This is next level, the highest level of tailgating that I've ever seen.
It is. It speaks for itself. What are your thoughts?
It's the highest level of ass kissing I've ever heard.
It may be, but it's true.
Both of you did it, and we got it on camera. I mean, it's just facts are facts. It doesn't matter what facts are facts.
It's a fact.
Yeah,
I've never been to a tailgate even close to this, not even remotely close to this. I mean, I kid you not, it's like a rocket. It's like Elon Musk landing a rocket back down in that holder versus NASA blowing shit up in space. You know what I mean? That's the difference right here. Yeah. You know.
Look, if you're not, you don't have to be a Tiger fan to come here. You come here to the Cajun Tiger Tailgate, we will welcome you with open arms. You're going to eat good. You're going to drink good. We're making America great again. You know what we're doing even more of, Blasey? We're making tailgating great again. And not that it was ever bad, but it ain't never any better than it is here, brother.
That is a absolute fact. That is an absolute fact. Doesn't matter if the Tigers are good, if the Tigers are bad. It has no bearing. It simply doesn't matter. And you know what else doesn't matter? Well, he does matter. He matters a lot. He's coming from that interview as hoped. Let me bring him in. Mr. Blossy, the one-man posse. He is in the house.
Wow, what is happening, man? What's going on, buddy? I thought I was going to let you hold down the whole thing tonight. I got in there and got comfortable. I sat on the couch and I sat down and was like, you know what? I got to go join in on this party, you know? So
I mean, you were a part of it. You were a part of the party.
I know. That was so fun, dude. What a tailgate. I mean, that's such a great experience. I mean, just it's so fun all day. I mean, I left, about 4:30? Hour and a half before game time. I was time to go home and take a nap. You know, I was done. Like, I had all I needed.
It's not for the weak at heart. And
No,
you don't even have to be drinking or anything like that. I mean, you just go, it's just all day long. I mean, it's just, you're walking, you're standing up. There's so many, if you have attention deficit disorder, or even remotely, you're just going to be like a squirrel pinging
like
everything.
I was. Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah. And can't figure out what's up with the camera shaking thing that I've still got going on, Blasey. Who knows?
Well,
who cares?
I don't know either. So you're still shaking?
Yeah, I guess I am. It
So I
looks
came
like
in
I
the
am
first
on my
time
end.
for a minute and I was watching it on my phone. And for whatever reason, when I was in backstage, the video that you were playing was breaking up. But on my phone, it was clear as a bell. Like I was still watching. I was like, oh, that's strange. So I went out and came back in, but seems to be better now.
Yeah, maybe we just needed you in here.
Maybe so. That's probably what it is.
I think that's all it is. Paul says that we know how to have fun down here. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Fun's never been
the statement.
It's
Yeah.
when to pull up on the reins. That's always the issue. When do you pull back? You know.
It is. It is. What came across today as I was chopped some of these videos up, and I know that maybe they're not as loud as y'all maybe not can hear them quite as well. Kept the volume down on them a little bit. Whenever I put them into other stuff, I'll mess with the audio on it. But how that mic works in that, like you'll hear, oh, we're over here. We're kind of like we're screaming, and you're like, why are y'all screaming into the mic? It's because there's a damn concert going on behind us. Like literally,
So
it's
loud.
100 decibels. If it's 10, it's
Yes.
100. And somehow or another, these mics still are able to isolate your vocals and drown out a lot of the music, maybe not necessarily all of the music, but a lot of it. So
Yeah, but you had to scream in order for those people to hear you, especially those
yeah.
under the tent, near the tent. When you got away from the tent, it was a little bit better, near the tree. But when you got under the tent, which was right under those speakers, it was just special. I was screaming at those girls, my veins popping out of my neck. I thought I was having a stroke or something.
Yes. That's the first video I showed. And in case you missed it, so I started out with the video of the lovely ladies under the tent.
Yeah.
And then those lovely ladies that we talked to outside that saw a streaker. You kept telling me that I couldn't hear. I mean, I'm 5 feet from you. I never heard it.
I know.
You could hear me faintly go, yeah, they did what? You could hear me say that.
Yeah. What they say.
Yeah. So that's a bingo clip right there. Like you had said, I was like, man, what is he talking about?
Yeah. We have validation of a streaker.
So,
yeah.
Obviously, it took me until today to get to that video. I've been mourning, and it's been tough. It's
Yeah.
a tough stretch for the Tigers. Prior to that, during that, and after that, but that's really not the excuse. The real truth is that I ain't been home. I mean, it's really the truth.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's a lot. There's a lot of video there as well. You know what I mean? That's a lot to chop up. A lot of little bits and pieces there.
It is.
Video.
It is. I mean,
edit a few things out of.
You're getting the best of the best of the interviews, and we've just got several more. We're not even halfway through these things, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Some of them are short, like this one's fairly short, but this guy, he won the MVP of the day. So let's talk to him.
Yeah. Named you Tailgate MVP.
Oh yeah.
Always, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Did you stay out here all last night?
Always.
I figured you did.
Been here since 4 o'clock this morning.
The resiliency that you've shown today to hang on. Where do you get this internal fortitude from?
I'm right there. And the purple shirt. That's Darren.
Where are you at right now? Like, are you in a rally state? Are you
one of the biggest right here? One of the biggest tailgate we got right now.
No doubt about it. Thanks for playing, and congratulations. This week's Tales from the Tailgate MVP. Let's go.
I thought he was going to give me a high five, and I realized he ain't.
How was that guy still standing at that point? What an absolute machine. He'd been up all night that morning, got there at 4 a.m. Is that what he said? And
I asked, have you been there all night? Because if you recall,
taking a nap on his tailgate, sitting there.
Yes, I mean that was what was happening when we walked up. Like, dang, he got out there at 4 o'clock. We got out there at 8:30 or 9, and but I saw him this past weekend at the Vanderbilt game. No issues. I've never seen him like that ever, so wasn't making fun of him at all.
No.
It was impressive that he had rallied.
That's unbelievable. That's what I mean. He was sleeping. He was sitting there napping at 8:30, and it's like, oh, he's done, but he was back and on his feet and rolling. Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, unreal. Proud of him. Of him. And then here comes some music. So this next interview probably will get us a copyright strike. Who cares? And because it's unavoidable with the music. So once again, Jacob, the interview's fantastic, but we still have some work to do. We just got to turn the volume down, I think, a little bit. Who
Oh, this
cares?
is when
We're
you
going to run
finally
it.
got the interview, but it's still too
Finally.
loud, and it's still too
Yes.
loud.
And yes. And then I listened to it and it's like, well, I mean, but we're in the belly of the beast.
We are. Yep.
Jacob Trahan, our DJ here at the Cajun
Tiger Tailgate. Cajun Tiger Tailgate.
Cajun Tiger Tailgate. This man's been wearing, number one, I didn't prep you on this, but how long have you had this beautiful suit? Tell us, where did you get it and all that we need to know about it.
I've had this beautiful suit since the first game this year in Las Vegas, which we went to. I felt it was appropriate for Elvis, and I got it from China. Even though
China.
Donald Trump, 2024, by the way, he actually won.
He did.
Red wave.
It's a fact.
Red wave. So yes, I plan on wearing it for the entire season until I have to retire it because it is falling apart. This is not made like things that are made in America. This was made in China, not America. Home of the free and home of the brave.
There's a good chance that it's going to die tonight. Adam knows what I'm talking about. You can't see him. He's off camera. Beautiful man. One of the most beautiful men that I know.
Really big guy.
Really big guy. He's one of the best.
The Omar interview. Yeah, that was a mistake. We knew it was a mistake.
It set the tone for the whole damn day.
You just jinxed the whole situation when you did that.
It really did. It really did. I bet you that doesn't happen again. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Last time you'll ever see a live tiger in the stadium because the crowd was not pleased with it at all. I mean, there were some cheers. I mean, I'm just standing there. This light shines on it. They unveil it. It's like this is not how we've started any game in the last 20 years. The
What are
Tiger,
we
when it would go around the
doing?
stadium,
Yeah.
they pulled it with a truck, same deal, but they would ride that thing around the whole stadium and then agitate it and put a mic up to it and make it roar and stuff, That's where PETA got a little upset with stuff.
Yeah.
So they were a lot more gentle with Omar. Omar looked like pretty much like Homeboy did, the tailgate MVP did when we showed up that morning. They were about in the same state.
Taking a nap.
Yeah. So, it was whatever on that whole deal, but it did set the tone for everything just started to collapse after that. They show the Tiger, starts to rain, gets cold. Nothing happens for LSU.
Bad idea. That was a bad idea. That was a real bad idea. Yeah, we felt like they've just brought some bad juju into that place when they brought Omar. I couldn't believe that when he says, "Oh, that's not even Mike the Tiger. That is Omar from out of town."
Omar the Tiger from Florida.
From Florida.
I'm sure he's a great tiger.
That was he brought a Florida tiger there. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy. I really do. I'm sure
Really
he's a
good guy.
great tiger. He's a really good guy. He's one of the best guys. But
The Mar-a-Lago Tiger.
But speaking of great guys, got a little snippet here with our boy Mingo.
Mm-hmm.
Mingo got to meet our boy and one of our show partners, Mr. Travis Baker, with T-Birds. T-Bird himself. T-Bird himself brought some barbecue sauce to the tailgate. Mingo immediately spotted it on the table. Didn't put it on stuff, just took the damn bottle is what he did. And, but couldn't have gone to a better person. I'm glad that he got him another bottle. Here is that interaction.
I introduced you to my man right here, T-Bird, Travis Baker.
What's up?
And his amazing barbecue sauce. Give us your thoughts on it.
Shit, my dog says that's been the best ever around here, man. It's like a stadium. About 3 years ago, Tigs came with some barbecue sauce over here, man. I said, like, Tigs, what is that? He said, that's my boy T-Bird's barbecue sauce. I said, man, I like it, man. And ever since then, I've been asking about it. So today I rolled up on the table, and bam, it's on the table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Had to bring the T-Birds, man.
Dude, he makes the best. Where can everybody get T-Birds out there?
Man, check it out, Iron and Smoke Craft Barbecue. It's on all social media outlets.
That's it, Iron and Smoke. Go look them up on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere else. You can order there. I agree 100%. Hopefully our friend Mr. Austin Dennis shows up here in a minute. He already agrees it's the best barbecue sauce in the world because it freaking is the best barbecue sauce in the world. And we're glad that we can promote that here at the Cajun Tiger Tailgate. Just another time in life.
One and only Cajun Tiger Tailgate with my boy Brantley.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And what we didn't know is the next day, Blasey.
Oh yeah.
Goodness
Packing
gracious.
up, putting stuff in the car. I'm about to walk out the door. I mean, I've got my car fully packed. I'm trying to get people to move, and then here comes Travis just with an armload of barbecue
big boy,
sauce seasoning. Like, I'm like, whoa, let me help you to the door, my man. Open the door, going inside. Yeah, I had to load up on that. I finally used the sauce the other day. Dude, that is like I said.
I chased you down the driveway to bring you salsa as you were leaving. I was like, you can't leave. You got to take this because I knew you would love that.
Well, I hadn't tried what's the barbecue sauce? I hadn't tried the salsa.
Oh, you hadn't tried the salsa. You're going to love the salsa.
I did the sauce and that glaze, and it is a glaze. You know what I mean? It's thin. It's so good, though, man. And like he said, he uses real honey in his instead of these honey substitutes like most people do. And dude, I just think all that care and that extra effort into that barbecue sauce, it is phenomenal. I just glazed some pork chops the other day on the grill, finished them with it. Oh, I can't wait to try this on some beef. It's so good. It is really good.
It is. It is just, I mean, it really and truly, honest to God, is the best barbecue sauce that I've ever had. Both versions of it, just his regular version is the exact same thing. And then he has the hotter version, which is the one that I like.
Yeah, the cayenne version.
The cayenne version, it's the same thing as the base, but it has a little cayenne in it, so it just takes it up a little bit. It's not crazy hot, just gives it a good kick, but it is that honey, it's the sugar. It's well made. I mean, well enough made that Austin Dennis says it's, it is the champion of barbecue sauces. It is the best in the world, and that's what he would know. He's had a lot.
It really is good, and I tried the regular one. I didn't do the cayenne. I was trying to hit all taste buds, but I can't wait to like get off in all of it and try it some more because it is good stuff. And where can you get that stuff again?
You can find them at Iron and Smoke on Facebook, Instagram. Those are the two best places. I'm sure you can Google Iron and Smoke Barbecue.
Yeah.
And just find them. If you have a question, you're not able to find them or whatever, shoot us a DM and we'll help you link up with them. Well worth it. I know there's some guys that have been in the chat that have bought some stuff from T-Birds.
Yeah.
I can't recommend the rubs enough. I've made a video on smoking a turkey breast. Kind of probably should have saved that video for today.
I'm doing that this morning. Actually, I'm going to smoke a turkey breast and put that wicked chicken rub on there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Dude,
exactly
there you go.
what you did there. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait.
You need to record that.
I do, don't I?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Good idea.
Well, yeah, we can never have enough content. Just never.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Bubba. Bubba Fan 69. Good seeing you, man.
Absolutely. Always good seeing him in here.
Good seeing you. Let me pull up. I was able to load 6 of these in, and that may be what was making my camera so jumpy. It's because I had so much stuff preloaded in. I don't know if it slows it down or not. I just didn't want to have to pull it up every single time, but whatever. Moving forward, I'm going to. Speaking of Austin, this past weekend at the Vanderbilt game, I got to catch up with the legendary Cooking with Cajun. I couldn't believe it, dude. Like, I've been watching that guy's videos for the last 2 or 3 years since we started this show, started building this channel. He's in my algorithm in all of them, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. And I love his content. He makes cornbread is like MFing cornbread is his shtick, his name to fame. But there's no shtick about this guy. I can tell you that. There's going to be more coming from him. You don't know this, Blasey. I'll announce this right now. I can't remember the date. I want to think it's like March 20th, somewhere in there. So he lives up in north central to northwest Arkansas. Looks like 40 or 50 miles east of Fayetteville in the Ozarks. Okay.
Yeah.
And he has opened a storefront of his place where he's selling pots, pans. I don't know what all else, seasonings and all of his stuff, of course, as well. But he's opened up a storefront. He's going to be having a lot of these content creators come for the grand opening sometime in March. We've been invited to set up a little spot. He's going to set us up a spot so we can interview all of these folks.
This is fantastic. Yeah.
He hitting it. Yeah.
Good news. So good news. We've been invited to a content creator event like this with food involved. That's right up my alley.
Exactly. There's another one.
I made that lemonade taste a little bit better tonight,
didn't it? Mm-hmm. There's another one that I haven't had a chance to tell you this one yet either. It's on, I believe it's on December the 7th. So next Saturday, I'm going to it. It's here local. It's here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
It's a guy cooking with Joni. Love this dude. He's another content creator coming up, making cooking videos and stuff like that. We haven't had the opportunity to interview him yet, but he's a fan of the show. He watches, he's commented in some of our stuff, and also looking forward to hooking up with him. And there's going to be some other folks there as well. So we're in the middle of this show, part of 2025 and our strategy and what we're going to be doing is you guys are going to be seeing a lot more interviews, that type of stuff coming, not necessarily from a tailgate, but maybe from a social media event with all of these interesting people who are really fun to follow on social media. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to grow.
No, absolutely, dude. That's cool news. Yeah, you're getting all kind of good stuff starting to fill the pipeline up, give us some opportunities to get out there. I know there's a couple other things we've got set up and planned going in after the first of the year. I can't wait to be a part of and get up there. We got to get Big Brad Johnson to break another world record.
That's right.
Speaking of world records, I saw, was it the other day? I was ESPN, and they were, and who was it out there during the tailgate? They broke the record for the longest hot dog throw into a bun. Did you see that?
You know, I think I did see that. I think you may have shown me that. Yes, I know I did. Wasn't it like 118 feet or something?
Crazy, yeah, a heck of a throw. It was over 100 feet. I remember hearing that number too. Like, wow, that's thinking about that 90-foot tall. So I was like, that's a long way to throw a hot dog into a bun. And but you know what's funny? They didn't mention at all Guinness. They said there's a new world record. So now people are starting to catch on, I think, to my point. And it really just made me go, you know what? That's another place for Tigs Bits World of Records to go out there. We're going to keep this train rolling. We got to get with Big Brad Johnson and break the record. And we hadn't announced it yet, have we? We'll wait. We'll wait to see exactly what
it's
it
not
is
official.
We're going to break.
It's official. It's officially unofficial.
It is
what
officially
it is.
unofficial.
Yeah, we're going to. I mean, could you have imagined at the beginning of the year, Lacey, that and I know that we will say this again throughout this month of December whenever we're doing recap stuffs, but I mean, we just casually converse with a Super Bowl winning quarterback now, like anytime, pretty much daily in a way online.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is cool.
What a good dude, man.
He's a great guy. Seems like a great guy.
He is truly a great guy. All right, so getting back to this, speaking of Austin and him not coming to our tailgates, didn't hear from him today either, though he said he may join us tonight. I don't think he has the link. He may. If you're in the chat, I'll send it to you, Austin, if you want to come in. But my man had some words for Austin here.
Oh, here we go.
Believe that this has happened, that you and I get to interact before my good friend, Mr. Austin Dennis, has not made it to this tailgate yet. And he has said he was coming, that'd be 3 times this season, and I've yet to see him. So I'm so honored that you actually came by unprovoked and unknown to actually where we were at. But you beat Austin.
Hey, look, he's just going to have to be used to being in second place.
Get used to it, Austin.
That's great.
I love it. Man, that guy's so cool. We had a great conversation, of course, as things usually are. The best of our conversation was once we quit recording and we really dove into stuff. I mean, I know. Got it. It was the best conversation I had that day, honestly. I mean, it was just like we got into some social media stuff and, you know, just he gave me some helpful things. Just kind of sitting there talking. I couldn't believe it because I saw him walk up and he wears those overalls. And one of the things was like, I know this isn't a gimmick. He's like, it's not a gimmick. You know, I mean, I live in the Ozarks. We really do use rainwater and boil it and, you know, do this for different, that's how we live. That's how we were living. And then my son started recording it. Hunter is his son's name. And, here he is. He has almost 3 million followers.
God, does he really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Isn't that nuts?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's just,
he's an
awesome dude. So cool.
That also goes back, like you said, like, you know, that's not an act. That's, you know, you can have a gimmick and still do well, but you can also be authentic and be yourself. And if it's compelling enough, like people want to see that, you know, like, whoa, hold on, this cat, really? You know, this is how he rolls?
Yeah.
I need to see more of this.
He's really good friends. He kept calling him Justin, but Stale Cracker, you know, put it on a cracker, dude. That guy. Well, they're really good friends. I think Stale Cracker is going to be at this event of his too.
Oh, great.
He's at a bunch of events. Like I'm going to get in touch with Stale Cracker. We'll be at some of Stale Cracker stuff next year as well. Just spilling all the beans out here live.
Yeah,
but we don't get to talk enough. Might as well let y'all hear it too. But yeah, so he's good friends with him, and that's what we were talking about, the gimmick deal. And yes, he puts on a wig and he amps it up a little bit, but that's really that guy. That's what he was saying that's really his personality. That's how he is. He just, you know, he amps it up a little bit.
Oh, he just steps on the gas a little bit. No, I totally get it. Yeah.
We do it too. I'm fully guilty of, like, camera rolls. I step on the gas a little bit sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just you turned up. Just the volume up. It's not you. You just got the volume up.
That's exactly
That's
right.
it. That's it.
That's
the only
exactly
difference.
right.
Yep.
This is a good little video, Blasey, kind of summarizing, I think, your experience that day with a good friend of ours, a good friend of mine here, Brandon. I'll let you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We got briskets and all going over here, which is great. But dude, there's nothing like this action. You know, I'm smelling these gumbos.
Get the smells in there.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God, that is heaven, folks. It really is. I mean, I'm an old Alabama boy, but you don't think I fell in love with Cajun cooking a long time ago.
This is a chef. YB's to go with it.
Oh my God.
YB's and pastelaya.
Oh, so good.
Oh, got the pastelaya. I think you introduced me to pastelaya years and years ago. And what do we got going here, sir? What's all this action?
Pastelaya. That's the gravy.
My gosh.
We're going to introduce a little while once it all gets ready.
Oh, wow. Wow. God, this looks so good. And everywhere you go, it's not like this is the only people that's doing this, and this is magic right here. But every tent you go to, dude, it's like this over and over and over and over again. It's phenomenal. It's just, there's nothing like it.
And that's the
Nothing
truth.
like
There's
it.
nothing like it, dude. It's so much. It's like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been to some cool tailgates. We did some cool stuff. You know, and we cooked some good food. But like, man, the level of that goodness being repeated over and over again, it's just on another level. That's all. You got to go to experience it. That's it. I mean, look in the background right here. You can see. So there's their box truck.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So y'all can see that's the box truck back there, and you can go on that roof. There isn't anybody on the roof at that time, but you see the umbrella. So that's our main hub of our tailgate, and then we're right there behind Brandon's head. You can see the tops of a little white tent, a gold tent. That's us all in that area. If you look to the right of Blasey, of this jackass in a Hawaiian shirt, sailing Hawaiian shirt, that's my neighbor Shane. And then the guy in the gray shirt is my neighbor TJ.
He's got
So
his
we're
sailing shirt. Of course, he's got his sailing shirt on.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? So yeah, man.
They got a sailboat in Pensacola, don't they? I've heard.
They do. Yes.
Yeah,
He's got a
I thought so.
sailboat in Pensacola, and he'll tell you all about it. And no, I want to go
They're great
eventually
people.
at some point in time.
They're cool
Hope
people.
to. They are great people. That is my neighbor that lives literally down the street. If you've seen the video of Blasey climbing a vine to find his Y, because there's a Y in the vine, it was his
Yes.
house.
Yes, it was.
To connect all of the little dots.
Yep.
Blasey, I think this was the first interview that we did of the day, and great interview with the guys from Iowa and South Dakota. It's a little lengthy, but let's hear it.
Let her rip.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So happy to have you here. Welcome to the Cajun Tiger Tailgate. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Gary McEldowney, and I live in northwest Iowa.
Northwest Iowa. Wow. What's your name, sir?
Brett Tevedall. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Wow. What brought y'all here? Why are y'all here?
We're part of a group that picks a place every year to go around the country to a game, and this is our 20th consecutive year. Our first year was Vince Young at Texas, at Colorado, and last year was Oregon. Next year's Clemson. We've been, how many places we've been, Tev?
I guess pretty close to about 20, I guess. I didn't make them all, but yeah, every year since a couple years after college, we've gone somewhere. If you can make it, come. If you can't, we've had upwards of about 20 people and as few as about 5 some years. So,
holy cow, that's fantastic. So everywhere you go, and name a few of the other games that you've been to. I'm sure you go to big ones. And then when did you circle this one to come to here?
Sure. Well, we usually take a big show. We are the Traveling Fun Show Tailgating All-Stars. So we had an RV, we pulled a trailer, we made jambalaya, we did Rocky Mountain oysters. We had a theme every year, and we would usually just welcome anyone and everyone into our tailgate. The group ages anywhere from 67 down to, I suppose, nobody's in their 30s anymore.
Nope. I'm thinking about maybe bringing my kid next year. I know he's going to love it.
Clemson's next year. Which is democracy. I usually put out about 5 options, and we vote, and the majority wins. We are here because this is supposed to be the best place, period, to be. So we're here, and we wanted it to be a night game, so we're thankful for that. We drove a lot of games in the Midwest. Wisconsin, Iowa, Iowa State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Colorado State, Air Force, Kansas State, Nebraska, Tennessee, Arkansas, Okie State, Oklahoma. We've been a lot of places.
Wow, that is a ton of places. So I think, this is just my opinion. I do believe you're going to have a magical experience no matter the outcome tonight. This campus is bumping early. Yeah.
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 And I think that was at like 10:30, man. I think game day was still going on.
Yeah. That was early.
So cool. It's so cool that the people that we run across that come from all around. Just you saw it that day.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt. The Vanderbilt game, not as much. I'm going to be honest with you. The Vanderbilt game tailgate, and you saw in that video with Cooking with Cajun, that video was at like 11:30. No, it was like noon. That was like noon. So the Vandy game, the temperature had been brought way down, to say the least. I kind of expected it to. One of the biggest reasons duck season's open in Louisiana. Tigers are not in the playoffs. They're not contending for the SEC. We go in duck hunting. That's where some of my friends have not been coming to games because of that.
I get it.
But ultimately, still a great crowd at the Vanderbilt game. The Tigers played well in a good game, a great night, but didn't get a ton of content from Tales from the Tailgate. I just enjoyed the tailgate. I got a couple of videos. We've got another one coming up here in just a second from it, but I want to bring up this one. This video includes Darren and his son-in-law Joe, who was sponsoring that tailgate. He has a State Farm place over in Eunice, and we didn't get into all that because there's more to come from Joe whenever more videos get released from this. But I found this to be really a fitting way to start to tie this whole deal together of what we do at the Cajun Tiger Tailgate, and I'll let Darren explain.
Got the man behind the name, Tigs. This is him. All right, Tigs. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What do you think about the Tigers versus the Tide, brother?
I'm going to tell you right now, this, number one, an electric atmosphere. This is incredible. Another amazing Cajun Tiger Tailgate, Darren. Probably, some would say maybe the best ever. I think that it's going to be debatable. It will be.
It's in the conversation, huh?
Oh, if we get the post-game tailgate, it's there.
It's there, huh? I agree.
It is.
Sam Tumanero, brother of Joseph Tumanero. I'm going to ask the man behind it all, Cajun Tiger Tailgating. Mr. Darren, you put a lot of heart and soul into this. What is your why? Why do you do this? What is it? When did you get into this? What is it?
So I have a love for LSU. I have a love for football. I have a love for victory. And I have a love for beer.
Well,
so they all work together.
Some would call that the Holy Trinity of college football.
Well, I don't want to be sacrilegious, but I would agree.
Yeah.
My boy.
Oh,
my
so
boy.
I like I just dropped in. I love beer there at the end. That's so good. That's great. He's a cool cat, man.
He's the best, man. He is a professional, to say the least. And if it wasn't for Darren, this whole ship doesn't run. I always say my tailgate. It ain't my tailgate. I don't do anything. I don't do a thing, y'all.
You smoked some briskets.
Yeah, I do that occasionally.
You don't do a lot for setup. They even hung our banner for us.
They did it. They still have the banner. I don't know if it was hanging for Vandy. I didn't notice. Isn't that terrible? It better be hanging for Oklahoma this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Anybody
Get on 'em.
listening to this
Get
that's
on
at the tailgate, I'll be there too. I will be back. Going to we'll get into Thanksgiving here in a second, but going to North Louisiana, turning right back around on Friday and coming back for the game, and then turning right back around and going back up there on Monday.
Oh,
But
for work. Bam, bam, bam.
bam, bam, bam. But
Pinball.
such is life. I can't miss the last
Yep.
home game, and it's Oklahoma.
I get it.
So, yeah. But this one, we're going to close some of these little videos. That's 13 of them, and I want you guys to vote on what do y'all think. Let us know of these that you've seen, which one you thought was the best, which one maybe has an opportunity to go viral, which one you think I should chop up and maybe add a little bit of flair to, because there's some candidates in all of these,
yeah.
and I kind of just want some feedback, so I'll dive deeper into these here in the next couple of weeks and chop them up a little bit more, fix the color in them because the color looked terrible. Having to learn that with the HDR deal with the new iPhone, Blasey, it's thrown a new kink into the editing process. That's part of the problem. We'll get there though, man. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But this, speaking of new things and things coming in 2025, you have no idea about this because this interview took place this past weekend at the Vanderbilt game. A guy named Kelton explains what is going to happen in 2025. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I think you're going to see why we're going to want to be a part of this.
Oh,
Nelson, I'm out here meeting folks out here on the grounds of LSU. You know, this is our culture here in Baton Rouge, Tiger Tailgate. This is the world that we live in. We support our Tigers. We've got a number of people out here, the faithful for every LSU Tiger football game, whether it's an SEC opponent or a non-conference opponent. And what I want to do, because I love my community, I love my Tiger fans, I love my LSU Tigers, what I want to do is I want to build this community, all right, by giving more light, giving more eyes to our tailgate community. And what I'm trying to do, in effect, is to promote Tiger tailgating. So I'm putting on a Taste of Tiger tailgate competition for the 2025 football season. So anybody and everybody out there that think you have a great location, you have a great environment for Tiger tailgating, you have the best food, you want to get on this for the 2025 football season.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. Will you be out next week whenever we play Oklahoma, continuing your journey?
Yes, it's a good question. Actually, my plan is to come out here, as I've done today and for the last few home games, get out and walk around, meet folks, all right? This is how he and I met today.
That's right.
Face to face, build, camaraderie, establish rapport. You got to get out there and do it if you want anything to happen. I don't want to depend on other people to do it for me. I want to know people. I want them to know who I am, what I'm about. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out here for the Oklahoma game, walk around. For the Alabama game, I put in about 250,000 steps, tasting everything under the sun here at the tailgates. Want people to know who I am, be able to see my face and say, hey, that's Kelton, man. He's going to be doing the competition next year. But I'm going to have my clipboard walking around, getting people to sign up. It's free, no cost, all right? I want to make it fun. It's all about the people, all about the tailgate. We're going to have a first, second, and third, place prize, some giveaways. I welcome sponsors. I'm going to have a website, social media website. I'm going to promote businesses, corporations. We're going to do this doggone thing. I want it to get bigger and bigger every year. I want this to be something that really sticks, that people enjoy doing, and not something that just fizzles out and nobody wants to keep up with. So that's the plan, that's the goal, that's the intent.
That's going to be awesome, isn't it?
Oh, that's cool. Heck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he's he sent me, I've been texting him some, and I told him yesterday, he's like, hey man, we have that video up, and I'm like, man, I want it up. I want it up now. I promise you. I didn't want to tell him I knew that we were going to do this show, or I was at least planning on doing this, because I have all this footage. We haven't been able to get it out. This is the best way for us to do this. At least it's all out now, and it's been seen.
Yes.
I'm not done with it by any means, but we needed to get this stuff out. But I was able to make it work, make it get out, and I told him today. But we've been talking. And he's like, "Hey, dude, do you think you know anybody who's got a golf cart out there?" I was like, "Brother, I like the way you are thinking. I do
Yeah.
not. This has been a stationary deal for me this year. I think next year will broaden the horizons a little bit, but like he says, I've done that thing. We used to call it a LRP, a long
Yeah.
range reconnaissance mission or whatever they would call it, and we would go from it's an all day deal. If it's over 80 degrees, that's becomes a miserable deal, especially if you're on
Yeah.
camera and you're me who just sweats like a whore in church. We're gonna have issues with this, but we're gonna work through it. We're gonna work through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
The
looking
golf
forward
cart would
to.
be money, huh?
That's it. That's
God, that
it.
would
But
be it. That's it. That's a great
but
idea.
I think that one's that'll be something that's going to be fun. We're going to hop on board with him as he gets he's working on getting his Facebook page and working on getting that stuff up. He doesn't have everything ready quite yet because he's kind of just pre-planning
Yeah.
for 2025, and which is perfect. I think he's being smart about it.
He is
And
being smart. Go ahead and plant the seeds out there. Go ahead and
yeah,
build this thing up well in advance. And come showtime next year, he'll be ready to roll. Everybody
I
know all
look
about
forward
it.
to
Yeah.
totally look forward to seeing
that's
what's
cool.
going to come from that. So that's everybody that we have dealt with or we've seen. Not everybody, but that's everybody that I have for us tonight with
Yeah.
Tales from the Tailgate. Catching up from the month of November basically is what that is.
Yeah, it
We're
is.
caught up. I'll be out there this weekend for the Oklahoma game, going to try to capture a little bit more content. If there's anything you guys can think of, let me know. Let us know in the chat tonight. Any questions you want me to ask some Okies that are coming down? I'm sure we're going to see
Oh.
several. The weather, I'm not going to be sweating this weekend. I'm not sure what the high is, but everybody keeps talking
It's
about.
supposed to be chilly.
Yeah, it's going to be below 60, I do believe. So
Okay,
that's
well
cold.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
non-sweating weather
finally,
right there. It
finally,
is.
it felt good for Vanderbilt too. It was kind of chilly
Yeah.
for Vanderbilt. So finally, it cooled off. Not cool for Alabama.
Man, it was so hot. It was
So
a hot
for-
day.
Oh Lord, it was. It was.
It was real hot.
What
Hey,
is going on, Mark? What is up, brother? Love Mark. Mark has hit us with Troy flag. That is
yeah,
you know,
that's
I love the Troy flag back there though. That's new, huh?
well, it's temporary. So
Modified?
what?
Okay.
You want to know the story behind that Troy flag? So I've got another Troy flag here. I've got plenty of them, but I normally have different props here. But I was trying to do a Teams meeting today, and I was going to do it from out here because I had everything set up, and I was going to just lower my mic so you could see it and get really good audio, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, I get out here and I get started. We got Jim Morrison's head up here. Well, I put it in the virtual background, but Jim Morrison's head kept appearing. It was like my head and his head right here together. And I was like, he liked his face, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm already set up for this. It's like 5 or 10 minutes away. So I just hung this Troy flag real fast so I could put my virtual background. So let it kind of work as a backdrop. So that's why it's still sitting there.
Editing clips, I'll put it on a auto reframe in Premiere Pro, and it'll track you. It never wants to track you. It locks on Jim every time. So I get it for whatever reason. AI just wants to think that Jim Morrison is who the actual person is in the picture, not who's moving.
If you probably go into some sort of a search, like what is that Google Lens thing or something, you know, and you search for certain things, it's like boom, Jim Morrison podcast. It's probably Tigs Bits podcast everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Mark says that tickets at Oklahoma going for $10 now on StubHub. I believe that because of the weather, hunting, Thanksgiving week. I mean, it's just kind of a bad weekend. You're not going to have a completely full house. Two teams that aren't really playing for much, not really a whole lot of bowl positioning movement that could happen there. I get it, but I think it's still senior day at LSU. I think they want to finish strong. Will Nussmeyer go pro? I do not believe he's going to go pro. I think he'll be coming back, and LSU's going to keep their team together for the most part. Of course, I'm sure you saw Blasey that they lost out on the Underwood kid from Bryce Underwood from Michigan.
Yeah, well,
money
you pay him $10
talks.
million. Was it 9 or 10 million bucks to go play? Is what I'm hearing. That's insanity.
It's total insanity. I mean,
Wow.
I get it.
Totally get it.
Portnoy involved, the girlfriend of somebody rich, one of those rich
Oh,
dudes
dude, the dude from
up
Oracle.
there. Yeah, the dude from Oracle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
just
realize
like
they had all those people. I was looking. I think it was it was T-Bob had posted something about that. I read the article. I was like, wow, I did not know they had, the Oracle guy out there. So yeah, that's big time money.
it is. But I think in a way, I mean, I hate that we lost out on him. But at the end of the day, I think LSU didn't set a precedent. They weren't the first to be like, because I mean, maybe he wins the Heisman. Maybe he comes in, they win a national championship, they win a Heisman. I don't think any quarterback is that good at just coming out of high school to really know, especially
Yeah.
to make that kind of money. And if that's the way the league's going to go, that's going to turn a lot of people off. It turns me off. I don't care about college football like I have if this is the route that we're going. It's just going to
This
go
is
to
the
the
route.
highest bidder.
This
You're
is the
going to
route we're
have to
going.
legislate it somehow.
You've got to put some controls in there. They've got to be. I mean, even the NFL, you know what I mean, has salary caps and stuff that you've got to deal with. You can't just have unlimited. This is like Major League Baseball years ago when, you know what I mean, like, the Yankees just ridiculously just outpacing everybody. It's just, I don't know, man. It's gonna keep going until somebody regulates it, though. Nothing's gonna stop it, and it's gonna get there quick. I mean, we're probably probably by next season, that story will be told over and over and over again of just people buying players at a high
and look,
level. I mean, they're already doing it, but I think it's just going to be asinine craziness,
I mean, Brian Kelly virtually said this week for LSU, like, look, we're under cap, if you will, in a sense, and we're about to money. All right, let's go. I mean, that's the era
That's
that
it.
we're in, and it's just, I mean, was money being spent 5 years ago? Yes. Was the same amount of money being spent? I doubt it, but maybe. But it was all like under the table.
At least they hit it better.
I kind of think it was better that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't know
Time's
what the
going to tell,
answer is.
but the sport's definitely different.
The
Mark
most
says
frustrating part that I don't like is is when you see a football player, especially like a starter with a lot of tackles, at a school, and suddenly he decides he's going to sit out the rest of the year and enter the portal, and it's like, golly, man, he's just saving his body, just like the rest of the season is now what a bowl game every once in a while used to be to a player. I'm going to sit out the bowl game so I don't get hurt for my draft stock. I'm going to the NFL. No, I'm not even going to the NFL. I'm going to another college team. I'm going to sit out the back half of the year to stay healthy and put myself on the market and make myself most marketable. Wild, dude. Wild stuff.
Wild.
So,
I don't like it. I don't like it
either.
at all. It's a bad precedent. It's just setting the tone for. It's just really going to diminish football. It's just ruining the product. Is what's happening. Ruining the best, purest form of football, which is college football.
It was. That's what made it so great, man. It was football in its purest form, and now it's not. And
Not
it's
at all.
so different. I mean, I don't know. I hope something can save it. I thought Nick Saban, when he retired, not like, but he made some statements in there that his mission was going to be that. But I think his mission right now is to do as many commercials and do as much College Game Day, make as much money as he can right now. He's probably
busy.
making $30 million a year. So yeah, he's kind of busy now, I think. So
He's busy. He's gonna get sucked into that whole media cloud. I think it's just easy. That's why they were trying to get him. Like, it's almost hush.
Yeah.
ESPN, we
Let it
paid
go.
way too
Let
much
it
money for this.
go.
We got the system. Like, we need it. This is the system. Let's
You hadn't
not
heard him
mess
talk
with the
about it
system.
much lately. Remember, it used to be all he talked about. His
Yep.
frustration with it. I mean, he didn't bring it up anymore.
Well, maybe we'll hear from him a little bit in the off season, hopefully.
Hopefully so.
So you're going to hear from people, and you're going to see other schools that start to do that. LSU may be one of them. I don't know. You're just going to see some insane offers for crazy stuff. Kids are getting paid. Great for them. Great for their families. And I understand. I mean, I think Bryce Underwood would be a fool if what they said was that LSU was going to pay him like $1.72 million, which was insane to begin with. That jump from $2 million to 10 to 12. and you're 20 minutes from home.
Oh, everything changes. Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. If it was 1.75 million to like 2.8, then I'd have a problem with it. But with that big of a difference, good luck. You're not going to get
That's
what you
crazy
pay
stuff.
for. But good on the kid. He's
You
gonna
know
make
what?
it no matter what.
In this whole money era, like I've got an idea. I think that, for my Troy Trojans at Troy University, we should reach out to Elon Musk and let's just roll with it, because the Power T looks so much like the Tesla T already. Let's just change it. Propose we rename Troy University Tesla University. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? And let Elon bring his money in there. Then we can compete. Dude, Tesla just kicking ass in college football. Next thing you know, we bring in Nick Saban to coach Tesla right there in Troy.
The Tesla Trojans.
The Tesla Trojans, baby. I'm in. All right, Elon, if you're out there and you're listening, I think Dr. Hawkins on his last year in, I believe he would have no problem calling it Tesla University. Yeah, the Tesla Trojans.
This may be a brilliant ploy to get Elon to Troy, Alabama.
Yes, yeah.
They probably rename the whole town after.
They would
Elon.
name the whole town. I know him. Yeah, I know the mayor. I went to college with him.
Yeah,
John.
Put
So
it up
yeah,
before. I don't think
yeah.
anybody'd have a problem with it. Let's rock and roll. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, I do want to mention one thing. I hadn't mentioned this yet, but tell a quick story of this is David versus Goliath type stuff. This is, really equivalent to the 1980 Miracle on Ice type event that took place a couple of Saturday nights ago in Freeport, Florida, here in Hammock Bay. They had a fire truck pull, had a fire truck out in front of Props Brewery, with a big rope tied to it, had it at a position start point, 50 feet was the length to pull it. Well, I've been recruited to get on this team to pull a fire truck. Okay, sounds good. A couple of weeks ago, somebody asked me, sure, I'm in. Well, dude, I pull up to this thing. First of all, there's not a parking spot anywhere. Like, people on grass, sides of the road. I was like, whoa, this is a way bigger deal than I thought it was going to be. Because it's kind of us and a bunch of scrubs. Outside of two big guys we had, it's all my size would be big. We had GM Joe in there. We had Big Garrett now, right? He's 6'9". He's a big boy. Had him on anchor. But, dude, at the end of the day, we were a scrub team. Grant and Wesley, who does beer, myself, Dustin, try to think who all. And then we had Garrett's wife. She was the front puller on this whole deal. So we had a female in there too. So we got there, and there was two SWAT teams there. There was a football team, baseball team, from high school. And then they had then you had actually Bend to Bar Fitness had one, maybe two teams as well in there. Monsters. I was like, guys, we're going to get embarrassed. You know what I mean? I was just like, I went inside and had a beer. They were like, hey, we got to be at the starting point, the stretch. I'm like, dude, I'm going to have a beer. We're not even going to place, we're going to be, hopefully we don't finish last somehow. There's 10 teams. Dude, there's a firefighter team there, fire squad. We're screwed. So we're fifth to go. Now, what we did do, we came up with a strategy. We're like, okay, got an idea. Let's do this. I got on YouTube, watch some people pull. We're going to start pulling like tug of war backwards. And then as soon as we get the brake on it and we get some momentum, we're going to say, turn, and we're going to turn, and we're going to take off running running with the rope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we're driving the legs forward.
Yeah.
And then Grant had an idea just before we went. He said, hey, let's put smallest person at the front, because that rope is hooked to the bottom of the bumper, and put the larger person in the back. We're all going to put Garrett back there, but everybody else, let's stagger that rope out so it's at a nice angle versus kind of up and down, throughout. So we did that. Dude, we took off, and when that truck started moving, I thought it would take a few seconds before we would turn. We were literally probably 1.5 seconds in, and that truck was rolling. It was flying, moving, gone. So I turned, and we turned at one time, and we took off running. Dude, Wesley and Grant fell down in front of me, and we just kept stepping on them. Grant just held on to the rope. This was right towards the finish line. And dude, we get through there, and dude, we finished with the only team to finish under 10 seconds at 9.81 seconds. The next team was 11 seconds and 12 seconds. Dude, we smoked them all.
That's
and we won the trophy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and there's a giant trophy. that we got to take
Oh
home.
yeah,
That's gonna.
let me blow you. Let me blow this
Oh
up
yeah,
here, Blacy.
everybody see this trophy.
I don't know how to make it there. Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go. There, there's the
Yeah.
trophy. And then let's see. Hold on.
You got that little video?
Oh, I do have that video. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, play that little video.
Here we go. This is a quick video. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me turn it up. I had it turned down. So we broke right there. Then, dude, we were gone.
Oh yeah,
We
see
took,
the
look
turn.
at that truck.
See that truck's moving.
I'll watch this one more time. Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Boom.
So that
Then we
that's
turned and ran.
That's unbelievable. That's my girl Shelby.
Yeah, that's Shelby
At
on the
the front,
front
yeah.
there. Yeah, so
That's
dude, that's awesome. So this trophy is going to sit now. Joe and Beth, GM Joe from Up at Props, Joe and Beth have opening up the old Ore House here at the Marina Restaurant, Pub and Bar. So they're going to be reopening that soft opening this Saturday. But they're going to put the trophy out there. We're going to set it on a shelf. We're going to put a little thing on there, QR code. And probably from what we just did right there, a little short, you can actually see the story. We're going to put like little red velvet ropes around it, some uplighting on this trophy. Because even Joe he's a firefighter. He's a retired firefighter. And he's in firefighter challenges and stuff. He's like, I cannot believe our team pulled that rope, but pulled that truck that fast.
No, I can't either. I can't either. It's a fantastic job.
It's a ton of fun. Ton of fun.
Go ahead and jot you down a little note, Blacy. 1 hour, 16 minutes. That's about when we started talking about that.
Okay.
so you'll know where to scan and,
I know exactly there we go. Good idea.
chop it up if I don't get to it before I roll out of town.
Sure.
Hot and fast. Speaking of, let's talk a little bit about this. Start to kind of wrap our show up a little bit. What's going on, Fat Pig? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
What's going on, Fat Pig in the house?
Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. I mean, we've got to talk about some foods briefly. I'm getting hungry, number one.
Oh, man.
I haven't eaten yet, and that's okay. What is your favorite three? Let's go with three things. What's your favorite three foods to eat tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day?
Going away, hands down, number one, year over year champion is my mom's dressing. It might be the best ever. And that giblet, whatever we decide to call it, gravy on top of it. Oh my gosh, that dressing it's far superior to everything. I mean, obviously coming in there too, my grandmother, she's no longer with us. She used to make this coconut cake, and that was always something I look forward to. My mom knows how to make it, but I don't think she's making it this year. But that coconut cake was always just,
I remember you telling me
fresh
about
ground
that.
coconut, so good. Like, so that's a dessert. And then, everything else, I mean, obviously turkey or ham or whatever, but everything else kind of a distant. I mean, deviled eggs. I'm always looking for those little guys scurrying around the kitchen. You know what I mean? Wherever they are, I'm eating those throughout the day. That's more of a graze. So, yeah, I'd have to say the dressing, coconut cake, and then going into the deviled egg.
I love the deviled egg. Absolutely love it. Number one, I mean, yes, it is. I don't know if I doubt, Mandy, if you're watching this, I hope somebody makes deviled eggs tomorrow. It won't be me, but I would love to have some. Because if there's a tray of deviled eggs and I start noticing that, they're not really moving, it's surprisingly, they're not moving that fast. There was like 24 of them. There's 16. It's been 2 hours.
Oh, they're still hanging around, huh?
I'm about to eat 8 of them. Like, I'm about to eat 8 of them. I'm going to get a plate. I'm going to start to mush them back together and make them whole eggs and eat them like that. Just keep giving it to me.
Why would you not?
Yeah. Love it.
We'll make whole eggs.
But they're not my top. They're not in my top 3 because they're not always there. They're not always at my Thanksgiving dinners that we have. But my number one is dressing. Same thing. My mom. I'm looking so forward to tomorrow because Mom has made her dressing. My dad helped her this year. She was, speaking of stuff for content, she was wanting me to help her make the dressing, record it, so I would have it for myself to make her dressing. It is a labor of love, as you know, making the ponds of cornbread and doing making the chicken stock and all of the stuff that it takes to make that traditional Southern
Oh yeah,
cornbread dressing is just it's time consuming. But
it's a highly
she's
involved cornbread, and and you can tell when you eat it. It's different.
yes, you
It's
can.
good.
My mom she doesn't use any of the cornmeal that you get from a store. She uses it from a place that grounds it themselves, so it's a little more coarse
Yeah,
of a cornbread, which shows it's not like a clumpy, thick, like almost like
kind of like
like
that
you get
Hoover, kind
dressing
of
that's
Hoover
like bread
cornbread over
pudding.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm
Yes.
talking
Yeah.
about. It's all like just
Yeah.
sticky. It
Yeah.
is not like that.
Yeah.
It's fluffy or
It,
light
it,
or
it's
probably
yes,
like your
and
mom's.
it goes through it, and your fork you can almost just kind of shake it apart.
You can, yes,
Yes, I know. That's what my
exactly.
mom
So
says. I know exactly what you're saying.
yeah, it's a good old
Yeah, it
Southern
stays grainy,
traditional.
and that bigger grain
Yes,
keeps it from
uh, th-
becoming these clump. Yeah.
that's exactly right. That's exactly
Yeah, I know
right.
what you.
Mom's a little
Yep.
nervous. She didn't have her tester. Me, usually just to tell her it doesn't have enough salt or it needs a little more salt. Mom usually has no issues. She's very heavy-handed with the salt, so it ain't gonna be a problem. But I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's number one. I love a pecan pie,
Oh yeah, I
or a
forgot
sweet
about
potato
those.
pie. Either
Yeah.
one, um, or pumpkin pie. Either of the three. But if I've got to choose one, I'm hoping there's a pumpkin pie. I mean, I'm hoping there's a pecan pie there
Love a good
tomorrow.
pecan pie. I forget about that.
Oh,
My mom. That's what my mom makes now. I don't know if she made them this time or not, but she usually makes them, and it's really good too because it's not overly sweet, and it's kind of just a nice balance. You could eat more in one piece. You want to eat almost the whole
mm.
thing. Yeah. Mm.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you this. It's my friend. Hopefully, y'all can see this. Phyllis Jeanson, butchering your name, Phyllis. She and I went to school together, and she owns this place called Crust and Crumble in Florine,
Mm.
Louisiana. And man, when I was at the Free State Festival. She had pies, different pastries and stuff like that, cinnamon
Yeah.
rolls, stuff like that made. And I saw that pie and went, oh my God, bought it. We destroyed. It was just me, Tammy, and Riley, and we ate half of that pie that night. It didn't make it to
Oh
Baton
God.
Rouge. I was going to bring mom and dad a slice, and
Nope.
no, it was. You know how when you get a pecan pie that is cooked and it's not burned at all, but it's just roasted just slightly dark, but it's not burned, like with the little pecan tops and maybe just the edge of the crust, but it's
I know what you mean. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Our
She's
pie
cooked a
was
little crisp.
all of
Yeah.
just perfect like that,
Yeah.
just enough to get a little bit of that roast, dude.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, all in on that, all in
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh.
But I
What's the
think what
third
I'm
item?
looking third item this year, what I'm looking the most forward to, my buddy Shannon at Shannon's Butcher Block is preparing the turkeys. So we're getting smoked turkey from Shannon, getting two of them, two whole turkey breasts. I don't know if they're going to come sliced. Hopefully not. Hopefully we slice them. It doesn't matter. They're going to be
Oh wow.
unbelievable. He does some type of a honey deal on them, and it's the best turkey I've ever had. Period. Period.
Wow.
Yeah. So really pumped. I'm out this year. I'm not cooking anything. I cook a fried turkey, smoke a turkey,
Do something with the
do
turkey.
a side dish, do something. Tammy's making mac and cheese and potatoes. I think mashed potatoes. Just some normal
Sure. Just some good. Just some
sides, and
good.
not the good
Yeah.
mac and cheese, just kind of a Velveeta mac and cheese. I don't know
Sure.
if you've seen this on TikTok recently, but there's some lady, teeny, tiny, I don't know. But mac and cheese has gone viral on TikTok over the last 2 weeks. Like it's just
Oh,
gone
has it?
crazy. It's all the videos that I've been seeing. My daughter telling me the same thing. And it's all because it's kind of like the chicken salad. Right now, it's the mac and cheese. And it's these types of noodles that she uses and all this. She just makes a roux. It's like Michelle's. It's like Michelle's mac and cheese, which is still the best I've ever had in my life. Got her recipe, and I make it very similarly to Michelle's,
Yeah.
but I smoke it now. But anyhow, I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
doing all that. Tammy's going,
Kind of like Back Beach Barbecue does with their big trays of delicious flowy mac and cheese. Yeah, that's the
Uh,
way to roll. Man, that sounds good too right now.
doesn't
Thinking about
it?
that mac.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
you just built that mac and cheese up, started off just like it's a nice side, and gonna move on. Now I'm thinking about some good
I
mac
want
and
all of
cheese.
it.
I
I
do
want
too.
all of it, but I'm saving it all for about 16 hours from now,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
not
can't
smoking that
wait.
turkey breast. Obviously, I'm gonna do that in the morning and wrap it. And I
Yeah.
got that little tight cooler. I'm gonna, let it hang out with itself inside of a towel inside of that little fluffy type cooler I carry stuff. It'll be
Yep.
perfect when I get there.
Oh yeah.
And dude, I'll tell you something that blew my mind. I don't know. The whole turkey experience, like when you go buy turkeys and you're looking, I was looking tonight because I was like wanted turkey breast and was looking at this. Dude, Publix had a whole young turkeys, and these are pretty big turkeys, a whole young turkey. They were like $4.63 for the whole thing. Like I don't even understand how I thought it was misprint. I kept moving the label like I'm missing like a 20 or something, a 2 or
Or
something.
yeah.
Dude, $4 and $5 for whole turkeys. Like when
And
did
they
that
were
happen?
they frozen or were they
Yeah, they were
frozen?
frozen.
I mean, who
Yeah,
cares? I guess it's
whole young
because
turkey.
it's
I
day
wish I
of.
wish
They're
I had a
like,
deep freeze. I just filled it up. I'd have cooked a turkey every weekend.
I love turkey, man.
It's great. I know. I just don't have room for it.
Yeah, yeah. I like to
But I thought it was
spatchcock
wild.
them and do all of that stuff. But I tell you what, I have no problem staying here. Obviously, in studio tonight. I'm in Baton Rouge. Waking up, we're going early in the morning to Florine, Louisiana, which is 180 miles from here. It's about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll be up there in time for lunch and hang out and do all that stuff, and then turn around and come back Friday evening and get ready for some Tiger football on Saturday. It's just a
Oh
busy
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I got it going up to trying to get to Troy the last home game as well. It's my Trojans. Let's see if we can finish the season with a win. My God, we better. We hadn't had the best year, but we did get better throughout the season. We kind of laid an egg, made some mistakes last week that ended up biting us against a really good Louisiana team. Um, Raging Cajuns have got a pretty good squad this year, and
Yeah, they do.
they exposed us on a couple of mistakes, and that's the difference in the ball game. So, but this week we got Southern Miss. Southern's only won one. We've only won three. I mean, I ain't got much room to talk, but I think we're a much better football team. The spread says we're almost a 20-point favorite, so I guess we're supposed to win.
You should win. You should win.
Hopefully
Mark
so.
Mark says he asks his Coach O is interested in the open Southern Miss head coaching gig. I have no
That would be
idea.
great.
I haven't heard that, but I am for it.
That would
I'm
be
all
awesome.
for it.
I'd
Yes,
love to see him back coaching. Yeah.
that'd be a good fit. I do believe Southern Miss. Just kind of still down here, not too far. I think he could drive there because if he still lives in Mandeville, he could totally drive
Yeah.
to Hattiesburg. Isn't it Hattiesburg? Isn't that where Southern
Yeah.
Miss is? Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly where
Um,
it's at.
he could totally do that because he drove from Mandeville to Baton Rouge every day. It
Yeah.
really ain't any difference. Probably an easier drive to go to Hattiesburg from Mandeville than it is to come here to Baton Rouge.
Go over and probably
Uh,
make him, $1 million a year getting to coach football again. Ain't a bad gig.
Or he could just not coach football, keep banging hot blondes, and keep getting about 1.5 from LSU for a few more years.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think that's probably what you're going to see him do.
More than likely.
Got to give Paul a little bit of a shout out and his Florida Gators, number one, for beating my Tigers. Not a shout out for that, but congratulations. But number two on just showing what they have done throughout the season. I think it's great. Coach Napier is going to be staying. They put in the a little bit
Well,
of
Sunbelt Billy's a little bit better than they thought he was. Maybe he wasn't a problem after all.
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't. I mean, I tell you what, he's gotten those boys to play, and they're playing really good football. They should beat Florida State this weekend. And they're going to a bowl game. They deserve to go to a bowl game. I think they've had one of the better stories in the SEC, even with the losses they've had. They had just an insane schedule
They
to
did.
play. And look here at the end of what they've gone through. They beat LSU. They beat Ole Miss.
Yep.
I mean, they're
They're suddenly looking good. They're looking good.
Good.
They're starting to figure it out. So yeah.
Yeah. So,
Kudos to the Gators over there.
kudos to the Gators, as much as it pains me to say it. But look, we're out of it. I've reached acceptance, Blasey, that it ain't in the cards for me this year with the Tigers or the Saints. But the Saints have found themselves. They're similar to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how long it can last with the Rizzer. It's fun.
Never know. Never know, man. What about, so is Bama going to become the first 3-loss team? Well, I mean, the first 3-loss team. I don't know any 3-loss team has ever been in the playoffs, right? And any, like,
No,
even
none
14,
ever.
nothing ever.
No
Okay.
3-loss.
Well, obviously it's 12 teams. It makes it, but like they're right there on the bubble, man. You know, I don't think any, they could beat Auburn 70-3. I don't think that would make a difference. It has to do with what happens above them. You know what I mean? And how that shakes out. So that's going to be interesting. And those conference championships are going to really could cause some ripple effects. You know what I mean? You get some of those conference championships games, and that could change things. You know,
I think if you get a 3-loss team and your team with the 3rd loss is Georgia, let's say Georgia gets beat in the SEC championship. I still think if you're going to bring a 3-loss team, they're the team that you should probably bring. Has nothing to do with my not love of Alabama. It's just I think they're probably the most deserving based off of what they've done, who they've beaten throughout the season. But it's a mess. It really is. It's a mess that Bama continues to get the nod with the College Football Playoff Committee. They're knocking on the door. Georgia firmly in, but if Georgia loses, are they?
Well, I don't think you drop them past, because you can't punish them for a championship game. You can't drop them past Bama if they lost a close game. I don't think, but like I know Bama beat them. I get that, but Bama's had some good wins in the top 25 as well. But I don't think that happens. If Georgia loses and they're right there and it's a close game, you can't punish them for going to a championship game and Bama stayed at home and both got 3 losses and one goes and one doesn't. I disagree with that. Regardless, flip flop that situation. I disagree with it. So, but we'll see, man. It's gonna be kind of wild. You thought 12 teams would kind of take care of everything. It's like, man, there's more dang craziness now than there was before.
They're going to expand it. They'll expand it to 14, guarantee you. I promise you, it's going to get expanded. It just will, and that's okay if it does at this point in time. That's fine, but I think 12's better than 4. If it was just 4 this year, it would be an even crazier mess. I haven't even thought about it until right this second, but just kind of briefly think about that. Outside the top 4, then who do you bring in that's knocking at number 5 through 10? Like, they all have a case.
They do. They do all that. There's a good argument for all of them. Well, I think it's cool the first year. I think on a show I predicted this. I need to go back. I can't remember the show. We talked about this last fall, I think, when they started this college football playoff. I was like, man, I wonder how many years it is before a group of 5 team not only gets in because there's a pathway for a group of 5 for your 5th conference champion. That's how they get in. But what if they have the really good year and they get ranked and they get the bye? And that's what Boise State is sitting there staring down the throat right now. As long as they went out, they get the bye, and they're ranked above. You know what I mean? That's just the way it works. There's been a lot of people losing, and Boise's been rolling. So I think that's cool. I think it's great. There's a pathway for group of 5 school. Tulane sitting right outside on the edge looking in. I think if they could have won, one of their 2 losses, I think they'd be sitting right there knocking on the door as well. So I think it's cool. It's good. It's expanded it, made it where, hey, let's get everybody in here, give everybody a pathway and an opportunity. So, overall, from that perspective, that's where college football is better. If they can just figure out this other stuff, we could have something great again. But cool stuff.
Yeah, it is cool stuff. Well, Blasey, look, we've gotten hungry. I'm hungry now.
Yep.
Next week, we do have some stuff. I'm going to be on the road, as we've been saying, but we do have a show coming out on Right Now TV next Wednesday. We did the top 10 action movies of the 80s and 90s. We recorded that yesterday with JR. That is excellent. It was a lot of fun. Kind of some surprises in there, some things that got left out.
Yeah.
And Some of that's teased a little bit in the Bubba exclusive that was dropped today because we had no idea the timing, like as usual. Here it
Never
is.
know.
There it goes. You never know.
Sometimes it's 8 days later, and then sometimes it's same day, huh?
So it's same day. I mean, I sent it this morning at like 8:30, and then bam, there it is, which is fine, totally
Oh,
fine.
it's awesome.
I'm
It's great.
glad, yeah, very happy that it came out before Thanksgiving. I
Yep.
hope a lot of people enjoy it because it was a really good episode with Gary, and so is the show that will drop next week. We won't be live next week. There's a small chance, like less than 3%. I have a place that I'm staying next Thursday night. It's in Marksville, Louisiana, at the Paragon Casino. If I remember correctly, their internet was whack, and there really isn't any other good place to stay. So not very hopeful. Probably just going to call it now and not go live next week. But the following week, Tiggy's back in the studio. I'm done with
Back in the
most
lab.
of the traveling. Considering another thing we haven't talked about, Blasey, sometime around Christmas, middle of December, somewhere in there, potentially going live 2 or 3 nights one week, just going up and trying to get some watch hours. We'll see
Yeah.
how what our availability is.
Yeah,
But
schedules look like and all that. Yeah, we'll
that's
figure
right.
out something.
Ton of content coming, ton of content in the can. Dropped a ton of content on y'all tonight. It's been a blast. We're going to keep coming. We're going to keep recording, and we're going to just keep on bringing it. And
Keep on.
we appreciate y'all.
Keep it
We
on.
really, really do.
Yeah.
Blasey, any final thoughts for everybody? I know that you didn't get in. I wished everybody, of course, a very happy Thanksgiving at the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
and told them we couldn't do it without them. And do you have anything to add to that?
No, man, that's it. Listen, just drive safe. I know these roads are going to be crazy the next couple of days. So if you're traveling, be safe, be extra cautious on what you're doing out there. I wouldn't recommend Gary Cantrell's self-driving tool right now. Probably not, so that's another one to go check out. That's pretty cool. I started watching that the other day. I got to finish it. But no, you guys be safe out there. Have fun with your family. Be thankful for everything in your life. And just enjoy these next couple of days with family and friends, and can't wait to see y'all again soon.
That's right. We'll see y'all